Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Ellie and Shannon show on Soapbox. Today, is it Wednesday? Yes.
Yeah.
Happy Wednesday. Today, we're talking about Kanye West and President Trump. So, as some background, Kanye he's reappeared on Twitter, and he went on just a long series of not even rants, just like free expression, like free form tweeting. And part of what he tweeted about was his support for President Trump. So he actually tweeted that he thinks Trump is a free thinker. He has dragon energy. He tweeted out several tweets that were in support of Trump, actually, including one of him wearing a MAGA hat, and then he showed that it was signed. So Are you surprised that Kanye supports President Trump? Yeah, we got love with his MAGA hat. Who are those two other people in the picture?
I actually do not know. I was trying to look it up, but that's his hat. He was super excited about that. This is just really crazy. And it's Kanye West, so it's not going to be surprising if he's either trolling, but it won't be surprising if he's being genuine either. This all started, though, back with a couple days ago, I think, when he tweeted support for Candace Owens, who is a outspoken conservative speaker. She comes from just kind of this point of view where she has experienced things that has now turned her to be conservative because she's just frustrated with things. But people paint her as alt-right and things like that. But so this was his original tweet. I love the way Candace Owens thinks. And she's all about taking the red pill. So I guess Kanye did that.
Take the red pill.
So it's like it's kind of like the conservative way of saying they're woke, I think. Yeah, it is. I guess I can't even say I think. But it's like we feel sort of like there's just this subtle indoctrination that has kind of always happened with liberalism and stuff. And so when people kind of get out of that, they feel red-pilled. Because in the Matrix, of course, it's the red pill or the blue pill. Right. And the red pill is for the knowledge and whatnot. So, so that happened. That's crazy. People really don't like Candace. But people also, I feel like, don't research enough about these people before they start forming opinions. They just read headlines. But I want to take things back. Sorry if I'm glitchy right now. I hope I'm not. But I want to take things back really quick to before Trump had his inauguration. Kanye went to visit him, and I got super excited because I was like, oh my gosh, is he gonna rap or sing at the inauguration? I was so excited, and conservatives just ripped me for that. They thought that was ridiculous because they just don't take him seriously, but whatever, they have a millennial talking here, so they better get used to it. So he tweeted in support of him a little bit back then, but these were deleted. He wanted to meet with Trump to discuss multicultural issues, and then he was talking about stuff in Chicago and things like that. But he did delete those. I don't know if this was after, but then they had the selfie with Hillary, and he kind of said he was supporting Hillary. He didn't vote for her, but he was donating to her and stuff. But now it seems he has just gone all out for Trump, but we will see if he's genuine or not. I don't know. Shannon, did you want to weigh in at all? I'm kind of dominating right now. Sorry.
No, it's good to give the background. You have all this queued up. Yeah, I think he's for sure genuine. I for sure think he's genuine. And I actually really, I think I believe what obviously I don't want to put words in his mouth, and Kim Kardashian, Kanye's wife, has now come out very strongly and let Kanye say what he wants. Basically people are saying, yeah, exactly, he'll never run in the race of popular opinion, and we know that. That's why I love him and respect him. Kanye's ahead of his time, and she has come out and said she doesn't support Trump, but he's able to have his own opinion. Mm-hmm. The way I'm reading the Kanye tweets is I feel like he thinks Trump is sort of an iconoclast and has carved out his own brand, is very good at his own personal brand, and has leveraged that to become president of the United States. So I feel like, to me, I'm reading this as Kanye West more appreciates Trump, because I don't think they necessarily, I don't know what Kanye, has he even come forward on, in some of those tweets you had, he was talking about better education and not Black Lives Matter, but like police violence, I think, like in Chicago. So some of the stuff that he's come out for, it seems like he and Trump would have different views on those issues. And he even said in his tweets, like, I don't agree with him on everything. But like, I think he thinks she sees Trump as really successful, who carved out his own path and built a brand that was like basically against the Republican establishment and ended up getting elected president. So it seems like Kanye is sort of appreciating him as like a fellow, not artist, but like a fellow
entrepreneur. Yeah. And so when he was going to talk to him in the first place, back before the inauguration, I mean, isn't that good that he's like reaching out and talk? Because yeah, they might have different opinions, and it's like people were ripping him for that. People were ripping Trump for that. It's like we have lost touch with being able to talk to each other so much that blew up, where he had to delete tweets and Trump was like, distancing himself. And that's, well, maybe he wasn't. I'm kind of putting that out there. But honestly, I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous that that's not okay. It should be okay. And, the one thing that I will say that's a little ridiculous is him saying he's going to run in 2024. But still, he should be able to say all of these things. And, Caitlyn Jenner came out and supported Trump. And of course, there were issues then along with that as well. But there have been there's a long list of people who have expressed some conservative beliefs, and then they're kind of, distanced themselves from it. But I'm frustrated with the fact that we've, both sides bully each other so much, where Kanye West and President Trump can't talk to each other without like being afraid of backlash. I think that's insane. I was watching some of reactions to this, and I couldn't believe that people were just so angry about this. And I guess I do understand why, but I feel like we're all sort of in bubbles, and that's why I love doing this show and stuff, because it helps us break out of those bubbles. But everyone has such a wrong view of what the other side is, because they only read headlines or they only see the radicals. But there's so many more normal people in the middle that it's okay to have these conversations. For instance, I'm going to rip on a conservative talk show host, Laura Ingraham. She told LeBron James to shut up and dribble. And that's ridiculous. And now, just the other night, she had Candace Owens on her show and was talking about Kanye West, and she didn't tell Kanye to shut up and rap. And that really made me mad, because it's like, Laura, I can't stand you. Sorry. And then Wendy Williams, on the other hand, just today was saying basically to Kanye, shut up and rap. She's like, I don't want to hear you talking. Just do your music. And I'm like, what? These are citizens of the United States of America. We're able to talk about things no matter what profession we are in. Like, I don't hear her saying shut up to Stormy Daniels. Like, it's just
porn.
Yeah, shut up and do it. Like, no, it's just very frustrating that we're not able to just have these conversations. And Kanye West is obviously out there, and I like him for that. There was a time when I was like, whoa, you're getting too out there, because, it was a little blasphemous to me, but I've loved him forever. And so this is exciting for me, obviously. But yeah, it's just...
I feel like there is an argument that you could say, I'm not interested in hearing people who don't have a political science or a political background. But I think that's a little bit naive, because we live in a day and age now where politicians are celebrities become politicians. And I agree with you. I think getting a plurality of voices and opinions is always a good thing. And to me, Kanye West is someone who I do respect his opinions on politics. Like, I'm interested what he thinks about some political issues. Like, I am interested what he thinks about Trump. Just because Kanye is a rapper and a fashion designer doesn't mean I don't also respect his opinions. I think also there is, in this day and age of social media, there is a lot of overlap. I think what it means to be a politician and what it means to be a celebrity. I think you're using the same channels to get your message out to people. I think a lot of people look to politicians as celebrities, like certainly Bernie Sanders. He was like a viral celebrity hit, basically, and I think a lot of people, it's about like messaging and what people stand for and what they can communicate on social media, not even sometimes so much their actual background or political beliefs. So to me, there is this sort of blurry line between celebrity and politician. So I am curious what Kanye thinks. And yeah, I think he has a right to say he has a huge platform. I mean, this is actually something that people on the left have criticized Taylor Swift for, to bring in another Kanye group. I'm totally team Kimye on this, not team Taylor. But yeah, she has a huge platform, and she has a lot of young kids who typically don't vote at very high rates, you know, the 18 to 25 demographic. And she has never really come out and made a lot of political statements. And people on the left have criticized her for that. I mean, there's all these conspiracy theories that she's like secretly a Republican, secretly supports Donald Trump or whatever, which if that's her, totally fine if that's her political leanings. But I think these celebrities have a huge platform, and I do think they have a responsibility to use them for good. And in Kanye's case, I think the good that he's doing here is stirring up political discussion, telling people to get outside their bubbles, and creating sort of havoc in the carefully, you know, this is the left and this is the right, and if you're a celebrity, you have to follow this, and if you're a liberal, you have to do this, and conservative, you have to do that. Good for him. Throw a wrench in there. Stir it up.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, we all have the ability to vote in this country, and so whether we're going to be talking about this stuff or not, our voices will be heard at the ballot box if we choose to vote. And so I think that's what's so beautiful about this country, is that we're able to influence each other and talk to each other and change the course of our country, literally. And so, I mean, I think that scares a lot of people, and totally understandable on both sides. And sometimes it is scary because it could definitely change for the worse. But really quick, Donald Trump did come out with a tweet thanking Kanye, essentially. He's like, "Thank you, Kanye. Very cool." So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I come from Minnesota, so the celebrity and politician thing definitely blurs there. We had Jesse Ventura as a governor and Al Franken as a senator, so I know what you're saying. And that's cool.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in California.
Yeah, exactly. So it happens. And I probably wouldn't vote for Kanye, but I will definitely hear him out, because no, probably couldn't do that, but you never know. We'll see.
I might vote. I would possibly vote for Kanye. First of all, Kim Kardashian is the first lady, like, queen. Yeah. But also, I think and this is where, in my mind, because I do think Kanye has more traditionally democratic values in these topics that he's spoken out on, it tends to be more in line with the Democratic Party, I think, the actual specific policy issues. So when it comes to like Democratic versus Republican, in my mind, he is very linked to Trump. Like, Trump was someone who came in, who was a celebrity. He was not a politician. He was able to speak directly to the people who supported him, tap into this vein of support and sort of anger with the political establishment. He was completely out of left field. He shook things up, and he ran a celebrity campaign. So I see Kanye as a little bit of that from the left. Like, if he was going to run, I mean, again, like he said, he's not a Republican, he's not a Democrat, so he doesn't self-identify with either party. But I see a little bit of that overlap with Trump, where just someone who comes in and is an outsider, I think that can have value. Like, obviously, if you're going to be insane or like, I don't know, do something completely crazy or try to be like a dictator, that's bad. Yeah. But someone coming in who's not part of the establishment, I think can be a very good thing. And I think that is a big component of Trump's appeal to his voters. And to me, that is compelling about Kanye 2024. Like, I wouldn't rule it out. I'm honest. Yeah. Like, if I compare him to someone like Elizabeth Warren or, gosh, I don't know, even Bernie Sanders, I think people who've been in the system for so long, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, because, we got to shake things up. Agree with that. I don't know if we have any voicemails. I can't play them from mine, but
I will play. Let me play.
Diane Sanders was making fun of probably me and how I'm talking, which is totally fine.
She was like,
yes, that's. So. That's how I talk sometimes. I get excited.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not super polished.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a caller from Texas.
No, I'm not surprised that Kanye West is supporting Trump, because I remember he went to talk to him a long time ago, and I think a lot of people, when they speak to Trump personally, find that he is a very personable person. He listens to what you have to say, and that is what I have heard over and over hundreds of times.
Interesting. Here's a caller from Washington.
No, it doesn't surprise me that Kanye supports Trump. I think Kanye has some mental issues, and I think he is a very volatile person. So it doesn't surprise me at all.
Kim Kardashian came out against people saying that it's mental issues. She's like, this isn't, you can't do that. Mental health is very serious. You can't just, it's Kanye. That's how Kanye is. He doesn't go with the grain. He goes against the grain. So she's like, this is normal of Kanye, please. Wait, where is that tweet? I don't know if I have it, but.
Yeah, it was the last one she tweeted. Yeah, and I think she makes a very valid point, which is there are two things. One, it's sad that we're not more open about mental health. So obviously we have no idea Kanye's background. He could have mental health issues. He could not. He could have something totally unrelated, like, I don't know, whatever. But it's not okay for the media. Kim Kardashian is right. It's not okay for the media to use that as an insult, to basically say, oh, there must be something wrong with him. It must be mental health issues. There's something wrong with you if you have mental health issues. We should have more of an open discussion about it. And it is dangerous to label Kanye as mentally ill when he hasn't confirmed that. Like, not only to label someone, but also to use it as a derogatory thing, to be like, oh, he's crazy, like, and that's a bad thing. It's like, even if he had a mental health issue, so what? He's still allowed to be on Twitter. He's still allowed to be a businessman. He's very successful. Like, I have anxiety. I have a mental health issue, and it's okay to talk about those things. It doesn't make you less of a person or a worse person. So I completely stand behind Kim Kardashian for that. And I think it is dangerous to say, oh, he's mentally ill, as though that's like an insult and makes you less of a person.
I don't know if my screen just went out, but it might have. So I apologize if I'm all hidden, but anyway, I don't know if you can see me, but it's black on mine. But really quick, if you can see me or not, I think that the fact, and you kind of touched on this earlier, but the fact that they're both capitalists, I mean, they are in so many areas. And I think, Trump saying the things that he has said that are totally inappropriate. Again, I think that's relatable to some men, which is sad, but I think it just is. And I think that's why some people start warming up to him. And that's, in a way, very sad, but in another way, it makes sense. Also, I just think it's interesting that they're both very good at marketing, because I do think he has a album coming out soon, and all of this is probably helping. Actually, I think he might have lost millions of followers because of this. I noticed, I went on his Twitter and it was like 27 million or something, and then it updated to be 18. I was like, oh my gosh, yikes. Yeah, so that's not good. I don't know if it'll help his album sales, but it might. And yeah, I guess that's kind of all I've got. I mean, I have a ton more. I could talk about this literally for all day, but oh well.
I really like Kanye. It doesn't bother me that he's supporting Trump. And I think, it was kind of funny that his tweet, my wife just called to tell me to clarify that I don't support him with everything. But I think that to me was important. And he's not saying, he's basically, right, exactly. I don't agree 100% with anyone but myself. I love that. Great.
He's my own biggest fan.
Yeah, he's a creative genius. And I think the fact that people are all upset on both sides of the aisle shows that he's doing something right, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up there. You can still leave us voicemails about Kanye West. And we would love to hear from you. And we will see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye, guys. Bye.